Or you were on the very first show?
Yes.
Get up on the microphone. They are waiting for one, and they have evolved into a different band, as bands will do. Most significantly and most noticeably is the addition of a drummer. And the drummer is awesome, and he came through the show because I was thinking, I need a drummer, I need more cowbell. And so they ended up getting this little guy who blows them away.
We're still looking for cowbell.
Still looking for what?
We're still looking for the cowbell. Yeah.
We are too.
The cowbell, yeah.
It's gone.
Anyway, so now they got a record out, and you're still playing in Dallas, and the karaoke goes on with the Peckers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Leah Blakely was one of our earlier players, and now you're back with these guys. Why don't you introduce this motley crew for us?
This is Wayne Nelson. He writes
Hi,
all
Wayne.
of the songs. Fabulous.
Hey, Wayne!
Kelly Schatzer. He has a wah pedal. Also awesome.
That's the boyfriend.
Sean Holbrook.
Leah, is that the boyfriend?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Sean Holbrook on drums.
know,
We
he
did
might-
find him through Mr. John Rody.
Very nice. He is good.
Do you think he'd have appreciated if she'd have gave him some props in that department? Or do they like
Well, I
to keep
don't
it
know.
simple?
Well, you don't
because-
want to hear that.
Some
John.
people like to keep their professional names and all that stuff and keep the personal
think
stuff.
I
it-
didn't want to
Derek.
gross you out.
No, I would. Really.
Mo might be watching on the stream.
Well, where are you guys
know.
playing? What's the big scad for waiting for Juan anyway? Where are you going to be at? What are you going to do? Where are you going to do it? Coming
I
up.
think our next show is at the
Coming
Cellar.
up. The Cellar.
Ooh,
Cellar in
nice.
Fort Worth, yeah.
I saw you at the Cellar on that Monday. I was there. I was yelling and no one
So
listened.
you say. We didn't see you.
I was
I saw him walking.
I was so there. You were on the meds. You were definitely on the meds. All right. Well, I like him, and I think you'll like him too. Out of shoot number 11, coming in from what's the name of that town you live in?
Alvord.
Alf.
They're right about.
Alford.
And we're gonna
Most
take
Alford. Home
our
of Mo.
picture of Big Mo, who is
Wow.
very-
Mo the
Jack.
Love
Get in on Mo
Donkey.
here for a second. This is
Mo's home. Not
Mo's home. He's going
not
to
the
be
other
here
way
for
around.
Christmas during our special Christmas pageant.
Big Mo.
Big Mo. Is he watching tonight?
He is. He has his own cable,
Okay,
internet,
good.
everything.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, he ought to. He loves you.
A lot.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Waiting for One. Woo.
No one told me so damn long.
Just don't have the patience now, but perhaps another day, perhaps another day. I guess we'll never know, I guess we'll never see. We'll always have the good times and all the memories, all the memories. Sometimes I feel like crying, sometimes Sometimes I feel your pain. Sometimes I feel like crying. Sometimes I call your name. And I say no one told me. So damn lonely in a Shangri-La. Yeah, yeah, no one told me. So damn lonely in a Shangri-La. No one told me. So damn lonely in a Shangri-La. No one told me. So damn lonely in a Shangri-La.
All right, thank you very much. We're waiting for one. Thanks so much for the John Rody Show for having us. It's great to be back. This song is called Homegrown.
I like homemade whiskey and homegrown love. Homemade whiskey and homegrown. But ain't nothing like a Friday night. 3 guitars and beer on ice. Don't need to buy a big city lights. I love the stars on a cool Texas night. I like it homegrown. Ain't nothing in the world like going home. I like it homegrown. Ain't nothing in the world like going home. I like it homegrown. I like 4-chord country and 12-bar blues, old Hank Williams and the Crew. Ain't nothing like a Friday night, Saratoga Hill and at least one good fight. Don't need to buy a big city lights. I love the stars on a cool Texas night. I like it homegrown. Ain't nothing in the world like going home. I like it homegrown. Ain't nothing in the world like going home. I like it homegrown. Funny how I always think when I hit a song from '89. I can't tell you time and place that I first heard every line. I can't tell you who was there if I was alone. I can't tell you every time that it takes me back home. I like it homegrown. Ain't nothing in the world like going home. I like it homegrown. Ain't nothing in the world like going home. I like it homegrown.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, this one goes out to all my brothers from New Orleans. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going back to the city. I'm going back to New Orleans. Going back to memories. 'Cause hey. I'm back in New Orleans.
Back in New Orleans.
Back in New Orleans.
Back in New Orleans.
I'm back in New Orleans.
Back in New Orleans.
Back in New Orleans. Back in New Orleans. I'm gonna run down St. Charles. I'm gonna stand on Bourbon Street. I'm gonna raise my hands and shout it for all the world to see. Look at me, I'm back in New Orleans.
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 Back in New Orleans. Back in New Orleans. Gonna run down St. Charles. I'm gonna stand on Bourbon Street. I'm gonna raise my hands and shout it for all the world to see. Look at me, I'm back in New Orleans.
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 Back in New Orleans. I'm back in New Orleans.
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 Back in New Orleans. Back in New Orleans.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
What?
It's waiting for one. Give 'em big hand. Waiting
Yep.
for one.
They play pretty good.
They play pretty good. Yeah. See him again at the Cellar, right? Is that right, Billy? Are they playing at the Cellar?
The cellar, the cellar, the
Are they? Is that a fact?